It's me. Today I'm doing a little sketchbook tour of my 2018, well, 2017 and 2018 sketchbook. I started this sketchbook for Inktober, I think, of 2017, and I finally have filled it. It took little over a year and a couple months. I'm hoping this year I can fill an entire sketchbook in just 1 year, so that's kind of one of my goals for 2019, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can do it. This is a Moleskine sketchbook. It's just one of the travel ones, but I really love these, and I'm gonna get another one for this year. It's pretty good. I'm gonna put a list of my most used materials. You saw my pencil bag earlier, and I'm going to put that in the description of this video. So let's get into it. Grab some tea and join me. So, first I'm going to talk about the stickers on these because I actually got all of these stickers at Emerald City Comic Con of the last year, 2018. 2018! What year is it? I don't know. So this one I love. This is by an artist I follow on Patreon called Feverworm. You should check them out. I will put their link in the description. They're great. This, I believe, I might be mixing these two up, but this one I'm pretty sure is by an artist called The Gorgonist. They're on Instagram. I'll double check these all and put those in everything in the description, all of the different artists that I follow for inspiration and for other things, because you should follow them too. This one is, I think this is Brie Paulson. This one is The Gorgonist. I'm pretty sure. These two are actually by me. I made this one for my shop, AP's Oddities. In 2017, actually, I think I designed this one. It's just a moth with mask, cool things. And then this one I did right after Molly Mock died in Critical Role. Sorry, I should explain this is a Critical Role sticker that I made right after Molly Mock died. Who's my favorite character. And then this one, I cannot remember the artist. I got this at Comic-Con. The light is terrible, I'm sorry. But I just thought it was so cute and funny. Oh my god, what is wrong with my light? Ugh! There it is. Okay, yeah, so there was two of them, and I actually got both, but one is gloom-fueled and one is glitter-fueled. And I loved it. Alright, let's get into the book. I tend to put a lot of stickers in my sketchbooks of just stickers that I like or that I find. I have an entire book of Edward Gorey stickers, so you will see a lot of those all over the place in this book. This one is from a French book that my mom got for me. I got a bunch of paints this year. Over the last year, I've been really working on figuring out how to paint with gouache paints, which is what these are. These are just regular watercolor paints. This set is from Blep. These are mostly Daniel Smith brand gouache paints. And I've been really practicing my watercolor skills this year, and I want to do more in the new year. And there's some cats. I really like this one. Was an exercise where you don't lift your pen off the paper. You just draw the whole thing in one line, and that was a lot of fun. Alright. I did a couple of these little sliced face sketches this year. I really liked doing they were just kind of color studies, and then I drew over them with a brush pen. I like how that one turned out a lot. This is another sticker by the same Gorgonist. I didn't like her head, so I covered it up. This is just an elf. I was trying to sketch just in watercolor without any pencil underneath. This is a creature that I drew during a D&D game. It's just like a weird wolf creature, but I really wanted to try drawing in white on this black color. That was fun. This was the first of my original Inktober sketches for this book. So these are what I actually started the book with. It's a little bit out of order because I skipped around a lot when I was drawing in this book. But this is one of the first ones. It was an Inktober for Penny Dreadful, show that I love. This is another old Inktober drawing. I kind of quickly decided in 2017 that my Inktober theme was going to be yokai. I've always been really inspired by stories about yokai, which are Japanese ghosts and spirits. So I wanted to draw a bunch of them. And this was the first one that I did. This is the second one. This is just a monster guy that I really liked. A quick pencil sketch and then colored with watercolor. This is me, and I was really tired. This is a really old drawing that I watercolored fairly recently. But her face is really old. I feel like you can kind of tell when I drew things by how realistic the faces look, because I feel like towards the end of this book I got a lot better at drawing faces a little bit more realistically. This is an old one. This is another one of those face strip studies and more leftover watercolor paper. This is another one of those yokai, little water pond person. She's probably evil. She's probably going to eat that person. This is a other D&D sketch. I really love tieflings. They're my favorite race in D&D. So this is just a tiefling sorcerer that I came up with. These are some cat skulls that I drew off of Pinterest. That's a guy playing a trumpet. This is another Critical Role drawing. There is a lot of Critical Role fan art in this sketchbook. I started watching it in 2017. And it was super inspirational to me as far as art goes. I feel like it kind of got me back into drawing. I don't know if I would have gotten as far in drawing if I hadn't gotten into Critical Role and started trying to draw all the characters. So this is the Raven Queen with little tiny backs and her like web of fate. This is another yokai sketch that I did. That's just this crow warrior boy and his little shrine. I wanted to try and do, one of the challenges I set for myself for this Inktober was to draw more involved backgrounds, and to draw like environments for the characters to be in. Like, I really like this one. So this is another one of those yokai. I tried to fit like a bunch of creatures into one drawing and put them all in a little bath. And I really like how that turned out. And then this is just a little fox that I drew when I was messing around with my gouache paints. I like him a lot. This is another yokai. I like this frog. He's funny. And this is just a little Furbolg adventurer that I drew. Again, this is a D&D inspired sketch of a character. This is another background yokai drawing. There's the yokai. It's a little cat. But I wanted to try and draw like a forest path. This is a monk character I drew for the yokai Inktober. This is another Oni I drew for the yokai Inktober. And I actually think that's as far as I got with that Inktober. I did not finish it. I only got halfway. Not even halfway. I think I got like 12 in. This is an Alice in Wonderland that's inspired by a couple of dolls that I saw on Pinterest. This is a unicorn girl person. This was done for the Critter Card Challenge on Twitter, where you were to draw yourself as a D&D character, but not like your D&D character, like you in the D&D world. So I, of course, made myself a tiefling because I love tieflings, and I am also a sorcerer / maybe a warlock. I couldn't decide. A magic user. I'm a magic user. And then these were my stats for that. I had like an 8 in Constitution and a 4 in Strength because I am a weak baby. This is a sticker from a curiosity shop in Ballard. There's all the info. It's a really awesome shop. I love it. I go there a lot. You should check it out. These are some myconoids because I love mushrooms. I was also trying to work on a design for a mushroom baby sticker that I had planned to make. I really like this guy, but he didn't end up being a sticker. So this page is mixed results. Some of it I really like, and some of it I really don't. I'm not a huge fan of all of my Spirited Away drawings, but I was drawing these while I was watching Spirited Away and trying to sketch with pen characters while I was watching a movie. So, like, I got better. I started with this duck and ended with this guy down here. And I think he's the best. And I think this duck in the background is the one of the better ones. But I don't think these guys turned out too well. This is just a fun little creature character. It's inspired by the, God, I can't remember the name of them, but the creatures from Labyrinth, that are like the monk creatures with the long noses and everything. I'll remember later and it'll just annoy me all day. But this was inspired by those characters. This is a concept I had in mind for a long time for a drawing of like a fairy and then another fairy who's like been in the human world for too long that she's like lost her wings and she doesn't actually know she's magical. I had originally planned to put this into like a full painting, but I kind of never got around to it, and it's kind of just half finished in here as a sketch, but I kind of like it that way. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, these are all ear studies from Audra Eclair's paintings. I'll put her info down there. She draws amazing ears, and I am obsessed, so I wanted to try drawing ears the way she did. This is also inspired by her work, this elf character. This is a cowboy that I drew when I first got this pen. This pen is one of these clean color real brush pens. I get these at Uwajimaya or Kinokuniya bookstore, and I love them. This is a watercolor sketch I did from a Pinterest photo. I was trying to draw another tiefling and I didn't like it. This is from Critical Role episode where they interrogated a drow boy, a dark elf boy. I just really liked that scene, but I don't like the way his face looks. This is, I was trying to draw in pencil over some paint. Kind of hard to see in person, so I'm glad it shows up on camera. This is a moth. I did try to make myself less afraid of bugs, and it didn't work. I am still afraid of bugs. These are some drawings I did from some, like, anime-styled drawings I saw on Twitter. I'm not very good at drawing, like, attractive naked bodies, I think, so I was trying to do that. This is a sticker. I don't know where I got this Gooey Duck sticker, but I love it. You should check out her Etsy and Instagram. I have no idea where I got this. I would love to know where I saw this, because I follow her on Instagram and I love her stuff, but I have no idea where I got her sticker. This is a drawing of a tiefling druid that actually turned out looking a lot like the tiefling druid in my home campaign that is played by my friend Kai. It's sort of an accident. I just kind of drew it and then realized later, it was like, oh, that kind of looks like our tiefling druid. I was trying to draw a, like, interesting fairy creature with backwards feet. I don't think it really came across, but that was the original intent, was to draw backwards feet, and then I got distracted by mushrooms and antlers, so this is a snail. I like snails. This I actually drew when I was still working at the coffee shop on a post-it note while I was really bored closing. This was another all pen sketch that I did that I don't think turned out too well, of an elf rogue. This is actually a window in my neighborhood. I went to a coffee shop and sat and drew some other like things outside, and this is one of the windows from that. This is an elf. I love the concept art from Lord of the Rings, and a lot of times I try to draw like armor or things like that. So this is one of those armor things. I really like the lion face in his helmet. These are also some things like that, some lanterns that I really liked from those concept art things. This was trying to cover up a page I didn't like. I just had this purple like figure in here. So I went over him with pen and turned him into like a little elf wizard studying in his library. And that was another like complicated background study. That turned out really well. Actually, I'm really proud of the bookcases. I want to draw more bookcases now. This is also a window in my neighborhood, and this is also architecture in my neighborhood. This was inspired by Feverworm as well, the person who did the sticker on the front of my sketchbook. This was inspired by some of their paintings. This is a lantern that I have that I was just trying to draw from life. That's a bet. These are some tiefling. These are all Critical Role. All of these are Critical Role characters. So this is Jester, played by Laura Bailey. This is Molly Mock, who is played by Taliesin Jaffe. And this is Ruby of the Sea, who is Jester's mother, who is an NPC played by Matt Mercer. I just love tieflings a lot. It's not a problem, I promise. This I finished fairly recently, actually. I didn't like how it looked, but it's just this little like eel warrior guy. And then I drew him his little weapon. It's a harpoon. And then this is where he lives, this little city. It's kind of hard to see, I know, this little village, but I really liked how that turned out. I was trying to do expressions. I feel like I don't draw a lot of variation in my expressions for characters, so I was trying to practice with like a character I didn't have any like supreme attachment to, so I just like picked a furbolg and started going with faces for him. I like the inked ones that I did, I like the best. The rest of them I didn't like so much, but yeah. This was a study that ended up turning into a much larger piece of this like tree with houses in it and like bells and ropes and ladders. I still actually haven't finished that larger piece, but this was what inspired the larger drawing. I just covered up some things I didn't like here and then covered it with more things that I don't like. I like this spider though, and this other little tiefling girl. This was more trying to draw Critical Role characters to varying degrees. Pike is actually my favorite. This was the twins, Vax and Vex. This is Lestat. I don't know why. Everyone who ever flips through my sketchbook is like, what the heck is this? It's because in the book they call him the Prince of Lies. It's Lestat, okay? This is a weird creature that I drew, and it's kind of creepy. This is from a D&D game I drew myself. This is Lion Cat from Saga. These are more Critical Role characters. This is Yasha, played by Ashley Johnson, and this is also Jester. This is me on a morning I was really, really tired. This is another sticker I got at Comic-Con. It was from a bisexual sticker set, and I have no idea who made them. But it was really cool. This is a character I just sort of came up with. I was just doodling, just from my brain. This is another Critical Role character. Kaliana was a guest character, and all I can remember about the person who played her is that his name is Matt. I don't remember the rest. Or Matt Holm, I think. Matt Holm. This was also a sketch I did when Molly Mock died, but it made me too sad, and I didn't want to finish it. This was a sketch of a window in my neighborhood of a guy smoking. This elf girl is just from my brain. I just liked that pose. I saw it on Pinterest, so I wanted to do it. This is also inspired by some of Feverworm's art. They do some really beautiful, like, elaborate circus-looking characters, so I wanted to draw something like that. These were an exercise in drawing weapons from cultures that you wouldn't expect them to be from. So, like, this is an elvish axe, and I think this is a... I can't remember if this was supposed to be orcish or not, but it's got a little skull on it, so it's got to be an evil race. This is a face. I liked it. I didn't want to finish it because I liked the way it looked. This was just a character from my brain. I really like her weird tongue. And this was a redraw of a artist who did like a draw this in your style post. And I cannot remember her name, but I will put her links in the description when I find them. This is another Critical Role drawing of a moment when Caleb, this is Caleb Widowgast, played by Liam O'Brien, and Molly Mock, and Caleb, like, had a PTSD moment, so I drew it. It made me sad. This was an Inktober drawing from this year. There's only, like, 3 Inktobers from this year in this book, because then I switched over to doing them on, like, separate little cards, and I never finished them in here. But that was the first one. And this is a character from a Pinterest post. This is my grandparents' backyard that I never finished. I just kind of sketched it out while I was there. This is another Inktober drawing from this year. That's my cat when he sits on the back of the couch, and so I drew him. This is a weird balloon that I drew. This is the last Inktober that's in this book. That's it. This is a character that I drew that was in... Maybe if he was just from my brain. I was thinking he was from something, but I think he was just from my brain. I really like how he turned out, though. He's like a rabbit fortune teller. I love when in Full Metal Alchemist, when the artist draws Alphonse just as this little, like, worm. So I drew him like that. This was trying to draw a person. I don't think it really looks like her, but this is Marisha Ray. She's a player on Critical Role. This is a ballet guy. This is a little mushroom guy. This is actually one of Sawdust Bear on Twitter. Her, like, drawings. She does some really cute comics of mushroom people, and this is one of those. This is Molly Mock. I don't like this face at all. I was trying to do a straight watercolor drawing, but I don't like how it turned out. This is an elf face that I actually really like how it turned out. This is a window from Pinterest. This is another elf face. This is a door from Pinterest. I just really love candles in things that are not supposed to hold candles. These are planning for some sculptures that I'm working on. I like to sketch out what I want them to look like before I sculpt them, so this is what I was doing there. This is a character I actually drew a long time ago. She has 4 arms, and her name is Vi, and I had a weird itch to draw her after like 4 years. This is more planning for sculptures. These are actually going to be 2 dolls that I'm going to make. I was trying to plan out like the way they're going to hinge together and all that good stuff, and their faces. This is more Critical Role. This is Molly Mock, and this is Caduceus. After Molly died, this is Talison's new character, and that's them having tea together. This is Yasha from Critical Role. This is my cat. I watched Howl's Moving Castle, and I've never really been able to draw a Howl satisfyingly, so I drew Howl. And I like how he turned out this time. I feel like I've spent a lot of time trying to draw Howl and never succeeding, but I like how he looks. This is Calcifer. These are from Hellboy. I watched Hellboy one morning and tried to do some doodles as like warm-ups. So I drew baby Hellboy and whatever that knife guy is, but I didn't like how he was going, so I stopped. This is a girl from Pinterest. This is a creature that I just sort of came up with. This is an elf that I forgot about. You can tell we're getting close to the end because I start not filling pages. These are some conjoined twins. This is a Planned Parenthood sticker. This is actually the bar where my boyfriend works, at Cafe Mox. And it doesn't quite look like this. I drew, some parts of it are very, very similar, and a lot of it I drew, I changed to be more fantasy. This window is a mirror in real life. But everything else, like these are the same. The little taps are the same. The shelves. And then I added a bunch of butterflies. And this is a rat catcher character. We recently got the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing guide. And I am obsessed with rat catchers. I can't believe that's a class you can actually play. I think that's hilarious. So I drew a rat catcher character with all of her stuff. This is like her whole inventory. And her little rat on a stick. And she can't spell. These were some things I did for my work. This is my D&D character. Her name is Maliki, but most people call her Mal. She is a half-elf barbarian. She's actually half sea elf, and she grew up on a ship. And her mom was like kind of like a siren, I think. I don't know. I haven't really come up with her background, but she grew up on a ship with her father, who was the captain, and they were like a ship for hire, but she was trained to fight by a half-orc, which is why she is a barbarian. And she has like a big sea serpent tattoo on one arm and a sun on the other, and she's got lots of scars from being stabbed. Yeah, and she's got 2 weapons. This one she actually made herself. This is her glaive. And this one she bought, and it is a halberd that has poison damage. This is her in miniature. This was like, I drew her tiny and I loved it, and then I drew her big to match. So those are the same. These are D&D notes. This is planning for when I made the Deathwalker's Ward from Critical Role. I was trying to figure out how I wanted the runes to look on there. I never actually ended up using this plan, but there it is. This is more D&D notes, and this is a sticker from Card Kingdom, which is where my boyfriend works. And I think that's all that's in here. Yep. That's it. Wow. Look at that. A whole year. Incredible. So this is what, I was really proud of this book because I actually finally, completed a sketchbook, which I haven't done in years. I haven't filled a sketchbook probably since high school, but this is the first one since I got out of college that I've actually filled, and I'm really proud of it. So I'm going to start a new one, and hopefully next New Year, you'll be able to see me do this again. I'm really hoping to try to finish a sketchbook per year now, and to continue making these videos at the end of the year or the beginning of the new year to go over how I have improved in my art. Yeah, thanks for looking at this silly book with me. Thanks for following me. Happy New Year. I hope you all have a great 2019. I am really looking forward to it. I feel like I have so many things to do this year. I'm so excited, and I am terrified to be honest. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. So, Happy New Year. Bye.